Pokemon Sword and Shield Max Raid Battle Tips. One of the most exciting features in Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, is the Max Raid Battle format that takes place in Galah's Wild Area. Fighting battles against humongous Pokemon is very cool in its own. It's also a great way to get rare Pokemon and valuable items. Plus, it's one of the few times you get to team up with your friends and work together to defeat an opponent instead of battling against each other. If you're looking for some tips to make the most of the Rexmator, or if you're wondering why you should bother with them at all, we've got the scoop. Learn what you can from Max Raid battles, how to trigger ones, new ones, tips for defeating Black Dynamax, and even how to encounter rare Pokemon like Ditto by using wish pieces. Why Max Raid battles? If you're looking for a reason to engage in Max Raid battles beyond having fun with your friends or with control trainers like Martin and that darn Snorlax that won't stop using cosmic power, there are quite a few. Max Raid battles are a great way to encounter Pokemon that very rarely appear in the wilds, and Pokemon that appear only that otherwise only appear on the cinematic conditions like Lucario may also appear. But even if you recognize the silhouette of a Max Raid battles Pokemon and realize you're already registered in your Pokédex, think twice before declining to battle. Pokemon you capture in Max Raid battles are the only Pokemon in Galar that may have their hidden abilities. They're also guaranteed to at least have one of their individual strength IVs at its maximum, and in higher level Max Raid battles at least there are 3 or 4 of the individual strength IVs will be max. Typically these Pokemon are pretty high level compared to other wild Pokemon too, whether you're looking to expand your roster for matches against other players or just to add power to your team. Max Raid battles are incredible shortcuts. You'll also earn a treasure trove of items, regardless whether you capture the Pokemon. This is the only way to get Dynamax cannons, which boost your Dynamax level and increase the amount of HP they gain by Dynamaxing or Gigantamaxing. Max Raid battles are also a great source of XP, candies, red candies, TRs, and high value items like big poles and big nuggets. If you're looking to level up your Pokemon quickly, the rewards from defeating Max Raid battles are absolutely the fastest way to do so. Finding Max Raid battles. Each day, several Pokemon dens will have pillars of light emanating from them, indicating that they house a Dynamax Pokemon ready to be challenged in a Max Raid battle. You'll be able to see its silhouette and type when you interact with it with the den. Each den pulls from its own pool of Pokemon that may appear within, typically consisting of Pokemon sharing a common type. It's random which den activate each day, but you can activate any den yourself by using a wishing piece. These shiny items can sometimes be found in the wild area, but they're mostly already available for practice at a relatively reasonable 3,000 watts from Rotom Ralliest throughout the wild area. You'll frequently see dens with weaker red pillar of light, but you also often find dens that have a stronger purple beams instead, like in the image above. Such encounters use a second pool of rare Pokemon that may also appear in the den. You won't normally have more than one such den active at a time, so be sure to find the Dynamax Pokemon inside before you start using wishing pieces on other dens. These Pokemon also tend to give better rewards, but they often be more difficult to defeat and catch too. Pokemon with Gigantamax Factor will appear only in such dens unless an event is going on, so don't miss your chance to catch them when they're more easily available. If you don't want to wait until the start of a new day to get a batch of new active, you can also clear out the Pokemon dens emitting the Pal line, which causes a new set of Max Raid battles to appear. You may find that you sometimes also trigger this phenomenon when helping your friends in Max Raid battles. Regardless of your skill at playing Who's That Pokemon, Wave of Dynamax Pokemon Silhouette, the game will tell you what type or types the opposing Pokemon is, which can help you selecting your Pokemon. You can use one of your own Pokemon in each max rate battle. If it can max out, you'll be able to cheer for your team for a turn before your Pokemon returns to the action. Your cheering will have one of the several effects, like restoring your team's HP, reducing the Dynamax Pokemon's barrier, or in simply all the most crucial moments, doing nothing at all. You and your Pokemon will team up with 3 other Pokemon. You can allow anyone to join the fight, or you can set up a link code so only your friends can join. You can give up human teammates altogether and try your luck with game-controlled trainers. One trainer will be able to Dynamax with Pokemon in each battle. The player hosting the raid is the only one who may Dynamax a Pokemon on the first turn. If they choose not to, the opportunity will be rotated for the team until the host has the option to do so again on turn 5. If you go with game control teammates, we strongly suggest finding defense over offense with your own Pokemon. You, of course, want a partner that can dish out some damage, but simply avoiding being knocked out so that you can attack each turn can be the best strategy. Game control trainers tend to make some strange choices, and there will typically be some fating on your side, so it's important to keep the battle moving forward. Your team will lose if 4 Pokemon on your side are knocked out. Don't add that to the count. Max Rate Battles rules. Fighting against Dynamax Pokemon in Max Rate Battles can be quite tricky, as the rules your team operates are a little different from the rules Dynamax Pokemon use. In addition to your side losing when 4 Pokemon have been knocked out, even if it's the same Pokemon 4 times, Martin, there are additional factors to keep in mind. At least once during a battle, the opposing Dynamax Pokemon will likely raise a barrier vastly to reduce damage, and it takes reduce the damage it takes, also like the effects of status moves such as Toxic or Will-O-Wisp, unless your team is coordinated, which usually means it's better not to use such move at all in order to avoid wasting turns. Dynamax Pokemon in 4 to 5 max rate battles will typically raise their barrier twice at specific HP thresholds, which more powerful and more defensive oriented Dynamax Pokemon produces barriers with more segments. Any damaging attack from a regular sized Pokemon will reduce the shield by 1 segment, whether it's tackle from a Magikarp or a super effective attack from Zacian. There are a few non-damaging attacks that can have this effect too. Any damaging attacks from a Dynamax Pokemon will decrease the barrier by 2 instead. When the barrier breaks, it will harshly reduce the foe's defense and special defense and deal little damage. So you're much better off having your Dynamax Pokemon help break the barrier when possible. It's often a good idea to set this up by having a second player Dynamax when battling with friends, instead of having the most immediate Dynamax on the first turn. Players controlled by the game will never Dynamax. So you should always Dynamax on turn 1 when you're the lone human trainer in the bunch. Of course, Dynamax Pokemon won't just stand there while you break its barrier, of course. It will use multiple moves each turn. It will mostly use max moves or GMAX moves several times, but they also wave in some regular moves. It's able to nullify all of the stat changes and abilities of your team's Pokemon, so it's best not to rely too much on strategy that involves increasing your own stats or relying on abilities. Dynamax Pokemon in 4 to 5 max rate battles can dish up some serious damage with numerous max moves flying around, so be sure to stay focused on whittling down that barrier. Finding specific opponents. While the Dynamax Pokemon that appear in Pokemon Dance at the beginning of the day are random, you can take fate into your own hands to an extent by using wishing features. Take note of which Pokemon you see in which den. If you're ever looking for one of the Pokemon again, you can always try to get another shot by using wishing features at the same den you first saw at it. Many trainers use the dynamic racing pieces repeatedly on specific Pokemon dance to find valued Pokemon. For instance, the competitive-minded trainers value Ditto with a high individual strengths because they can be used to hatch most species of Pokemon at the Pokemon Nursery. Ditto is a particularly special case because it's the only Pokemon that will appear when the stronger purple light appears in the dense north of the wild area's nursery found as you enter the stone wilderness from the bridge fields, which means you definitely find one if you're persistent. Check out the image above if you don't know the one. Good luck finding powerful Dynamax Pokemon trainers. If you're ever unsure what to do in a max build, just attack. Don't be like Martin and his Solrock. And don't forget to check back to Pokemon.com/strategy for more tips about Pokemon and Sword and Pokemon Shield and other games. Remember that you can find valuable tips like these and much more in Pokemon Sword and Shield. The official Galar Region strategy guide available now in bookstores and soon in the Pokemon Center.